Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, yesterday I did a video for the Kir'Shara artifact. I really like the artifact, or at least the idea. It is kind of nice to have an attack queue. You can load up 3 different hostiles, and maybe 4 depending on where you're at, and goes around and kills them. And that's it. You don't have to keep clicking the button. But last night, and I guess a little bit after I did the video, noticed a few instances where really wasn't working as effectively. One was in the waves, and yes, there's something that we were all already aware of. Well, I wasn't necessarily aware of that, but I was told that others are aware of that. But then a few other instances happened. Well, dailies reset, and I wanted to come in and do my freebooters. And yeah, the queue was kind of screwing up there. Then I wanted to go do faction dailies, or really the faction allegiance daily. And again, it was screwing up. Now, the common denominator there in all 3 of those were multiple players grinding hostiles at the same time. Waves for sure. Doing the freebooters, yeah, there were at least 3 other players in there. For the faction, yeah, there was 2 other players. One of the players had 3 of their ships in there. So could that potentially be the problem? Maybe. I mean, if not, then freebooters are an issue. So here I am giving you some kind of warning, and let's test it. I mean, does it work against freebooters? Is it hostile specific, or is it more, because there's a lot of people in here grinding? Which would mean that the reason it doesn't work for waves, or it doesn't work well, having one hostile in the attack queue seems to work in waves. Any more than that, no. And no, it's not because the hostiles were getting taken. I was looking. Actually seemed to work out okay there. So I'm thinking the idea, or the reason why it's not working, is because there are multiple players in there grinding, and it's throwing the system off. And, well, that's not necessarily an uncommon problem. I mean, think about territory battles. The more players you get into a territory battle, the more battles are happening at the same time, the more the game gets screwed up. So is that what the problem is? Or is it straight up that it doesn't work against the hostiles? Right, so now I got my 3 in succession here. We'll see if it, does it. It seems to be working okay, even with 1 other player in here grinding. Thought there was another player, but again, very minimal grinding happening right now in this system. And it seems to be working okay. Maybe a little word of caution, but at the same time, it works, but doesn't necessarily like to work when there's a lot of people around. Of course, at the same time, what the problem could be is multiple people using the Kir'Shara attack queue. That could be the problem. Don't really know. Because, this 56, it doesn't look like he's, or she, well, they're leaving now. It didn't really look like they were using the attack queue. But I guess it's possible. But again, see here, there's nobody in here grinding, so it's working okay. It's good to know. I thought, well, I guess it's not going to work against freebooters for whatever reason. But it does appear to be working okay. Oh, now was that the thing not working, or is that me and my mouse clicks, they don't always work. Again, the box drops. It's annoying. It's pretty far for it to go. Let's see how this goes. Again, I'm only really testing this because I had trouble last night. But again, there's nobody else in here grinding, so it seems to be okay. Of course, how often do you get to grind like that, where you go in a system and it's just you in there doing stuff? And it happens, I guess. It happened that often. I mean, it seemed to work fine, which is good, because I was kind of worried that it wasn't. All right, well, let's get out of here. We'll call out of there. Let's go try a different system. I do have, I mean, there's nobody in here, which is disappointing. Is there anybody in an exchange space right now? Like, it doesn't look like it. I don't know why. Alright, well, that's disappointing. But at the same time, I haven't done this ticket event yet. Luckily, they started giving you 2 days to do ticket events. It was like, I just didn't feel like it. Exchange hostiles? I don't want to do exchange hostiles, but, I want the reward from the event. So you got to do it. This one is something that maybe you would think it wouldn't work against these hostiles. One, because they are specific hostiles, and two, because they are old hostiles. You think maybe the new technology thing wouldn't work well with these. But seems to be going okay. Right? Again, nobody else in the system. Trick would be to find a bunch of people in the system. Kind of disappointing that disappointing that there wasn't anybody else in the system. I mean, there's a few people there, but they're not doing anything. Need to coordinate with somebody else, maybe. See, a whole bunch of people in here not doing anything. That's cool. Let's come over here because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships in the system. Let's see how it handles the ships being in the system. Is it ships in the system or ships grinding in the system? Because while I think this is a good feature, not all the glitches are necessarily worked out of it, which I guess is really to be expected. Again, that box just likes dropping on me, doesn't it? I mean, no issues so far. All right, I mean, by all means, I'm not suggesting that you go into wave defense with only your ships. Not suggesting that at all. But it would appear that, at least to me anyway, one of the main issues with this Kir'Shara is lots of other ships in the same system grinding hostiles. Is that why it doesn't work in wave defense? Or is it another reason? I don't know, man. I kind of lean towards that. Many ships grinding reds. Because now I don't really have any evidence to show you, do I? Because, of course, I didn't record the thing crapping out on me last night. I should have. Because then I could have presented evidence, because otherwise there's nothing here, right? Except me warning you that there could be potential issue here with the Kir'Shara if or when you do decide to unlock it. Could have issues with multiple other players or ships, really. Because like I said, that one guy had 3 ships in his system and it was crapping out on me. So it's not necessarily players, it is multiple ships. And I'm thinking around 3 or 4 ships in there grinding. 1 extra ship in there grinding, I think you're okay. Any more than that, I don't know. It's going to get tricky. So, again, wrapping this up here, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have any evidence to present to you other than my first-hand account. Eyewitness account, I guess. Court of law, huh? The Rhino Court of Law here. That it would appear while the Kir'Shara does seem to work against all hostiles, and again, I did faction hostiles, Borg hostiles, freebooters, and exchange hostiles. I did do the Gorn, didn't I, the other night? I didn't show you, but I did do it. It doesn't appear that it's any specific hostile giving Kir'Shara trouble. But from my perspective, I lost the word right there. It would appear that having multiple ships, other ships other than your own, say 3, 4-ish, grinding reds at the same time, and you're going to run into problems with your Kir'Shara. Like, it's just going to start dropping hostiles off your queue, which isn't necessarily a problem. It will continue to do the queue, but if you load up 3 ships, it's going to start knocking them off before you even go kill them. So it's really only like you're going to be able to queue 1 hostile, which isn't terrible, I guess. That does kind of work in waves, but however. So comment below. Do you have it yet? Or if you have it yet, have you noticed any other instances like what I'm describing where this Kir'Shara isn't working correctly? If you are some kind of person that really knows computers, I don't know, let's start trying to gather up some... really do need to gather up some evidence and stuff and send it into these people making this game, trying to work and fix on the glitches. Because they are trying to fix this Kir'Shara, but you know how they are at testing things. They don't exactly test them right. I think doing a wave defense with 3 or 4 other testers in there, I would have done that. That would have been like the first thing I'd have done, right? Like, you didn't test it in wave defense? That's where I would have tested it first. I don't know, man. However, but again, as a community, let's try to do some testing and see if we can figure it out and maybe pass it on up the chain and get it fixed. Maybe. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.